In this video, we will discuss about application identification method, mechanism, procedure. As we know, Palo Alto Firewall use a different method to identify the application, and for that purpose it use AppID, application identification, which we discuss in detail. This AppID is a core technology used accurately to identify the traffic. Now this AppID use different technology, different method, mechanism to determine the exact identity of the applications. Then they forward their traffic to security policy to allow or to block them. Those different mechanism, method, technology are below. The first one is application signatures. AppID use a huge database of application signatures. Now these signatures used to identify unique property of any application and related transaction detail. And based on those, they recognize the application regardless of the protocol, port, whatever they are using. Now this application signature is like a huge database of fingerprints, suppose. And they match each transaction with that signature. Let me show you. In firewall, if I go to objects and applications, so we have almost 4,699 application database, and which is updated weekly. Here is application and thread. If I check now, so recently we installed this one, the last one. There should be updated signature database, and it will increase this way every week. And you can see there is the latest one also available, 1 and 2, because right now we have installed this one. So this database will increase. The database which we have is almost 5,000. So we have a 5,000 of application signatures, which is a huge collection. So when the traffic passing to the firewall, they will check them against this signature database. Okay, they will check the property of the application, transaction of the application. They will match them with the database of this huge 5,000 signature. And if they found out, yes, they will say this is this application, such as Facebook, maybe Twitter, maybe Google Drive, whatever. And as I say, this signature update weekly. You can update them automatically to schedule them. Either you can install manually. So AppID examine the traffic for specific protocol and bit pattern with their signature database. Once the application is identified through a signature, then they forward that to the security policy to decide how to handle this traffic, to allow them or to deny. So in short, application signature detect application by their huge collection of database. This is the first method. Let's come to the second method, which this AppID used to identify the application. Now in Palo Alto Firewall, the second method is protocol decoder. Protocol decoder are essential component of the AppID engine. As I say, AppID is the main core component to identify the app or application. The second method they use, maybe they did not find anything about the application and application signature. So the second method they will use protocol decoder. Protocol decoder, what they will do, they will analyze the underlying protocol used in the network traffic. This protocol decoder understand how specific protocol operate. They will break down the communication into a meaningful component for deeper analysis and checking. So protocol decoder are needed because application often use multiple layers of protocol such as HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, etc. So without decoding them, a firewall cannot fully understand the traffic flow. So in short, if I say protocol decoder take network data and it will break down into a part such as header, payload, metadata, and then they will analyze them and then they will decide which protocol. So this is a second method. If nothing is found in the application signature, then they can use protocol decoder. So basically protocol decoder detect protocol in protocol and provide context for signatures. Again, if they found any protocol, again they will forward them to application signature, keep in mind. So this is called protocol decoder. This is a second method to identify application. Coming to the third procedure, technology method to identify the application has heuristics method. Heuristic play an important role in application identification. Now this heuristic method use behavior-based analysis rather than to use predefined signature protocol decoder, which we discussed the two methods. They don't care about the database, they don't have anything. Totally by behavior-based analysis, they will decide which application is. So heuristic are essentially set up algorithm that analyze the traffic pattern and behavior of the application. So based on the behavior, based on the pattern, they will identify that which type of application it is, such as BitTorrent. So they will use heuristic method to identify the behavior of BitTorrent and they will decide this is a BitTorrent. So we use heuristic method when signature matching fail and decoding method fail. So then we have another method, heuristics, to guess them by behavior based analysis, by pattern to identify. So in short, heuristics use pattern of communications. Now there is unknown protocol decoder and we have known protocol decoder. This is the part of the protocol decoder. If we have unknown protocol decoder and it doesn't match any of the predefined protocol recognized, so in that case, it can be a custom application, it can be a new application, it can be a proprietary protocol, or even it can be a malicious traffic trying to use non-standard or encrypted method. So in that case, it will use unknown protocol decoder. And the purpose of unknown protocol decoder is to analyze and manage this type of traffic when it doesn't fit into any known protocol category. So we discuss about the protocol decoder. There is two type of protocol decoder, unknown protocol decoder and known protocol decoder. Unknown protocol decoder will be used in that case. Maybe it is a new application, maybe it is a proprietary protocol, or maybe it is a malicious traffic using non-standard port. So it will never recognize by anybody. So in that case, they can use unknown protocol decoder. And the second is known protocol decoder. Decoder for known protocol use apply additional context-based signature to detect other application, which is sometimes one application tunnel inside another protocol. So in that case, we can use known protocol decoder to analyze them properly, to check the payload against the known application signature, and then they forward them to the signature database to match them. So these are the two different ways. Now coming to another method and the last method, technology used by FID to identify the application as protocol decryption. If the FID engine check that the traffic has been encrypted, so what they will do, such as SSL, TLS, SSH. If there is any traffic which is encrypted, so they will use a decryption policy and they will decrypt the traffic such as secure shell 1, secure socket layer, TLS 1, and they will decrypt them and then they will check them. So in short, it is man in the middle SSL decryption. And we already configure our SSL. If I go to policy, decryption policy. So when any encrypted traffic coming, which is HTTPS, SSL, TLS, or SSH, so the firewall will decrypt them using their own certificate. They will check inside and then they will analyze which type of application is. So these are the different method to identify the application. Finally, maybe some application by all these four methods may never identify. So in that case, we call them unknown. If FID cannot identify any application, it label the traffic as unknown. And you can create a security policy rule that tell the firewall what to do with unknown traffic. Now it's up to you. Maybe these four methods are used. The application never identify. There can be some application which never identify by these four methods. So what you can do, you can create a separate policy for unknown protocol, for unknown traffic, and application. Now you can decide to allow them or you can block them. It's up to you and as per the company policy. So this is the complete procedure at using, we already done the operation, but this is, we have the known protocol decoder, unknown protocol decoder, decryption policy, and application signature. By the way, all these three will reach to application signature database to check them. Okay, but these are the different method. Then protocol decoder use it, decode them and then check what is inside. We have decryption, forwarding, we already configure here. Decryption, forwarding decryption policy to decrypt the traffic and check inside. Okay, and application signature, we have a huge database of application signature to check against that one. And then we have protocol decoder. We have unknown and known protocol decoder to check the pattern and decide which type of protocol it is. And we have a heuristic method as well, which we discuss all these in detail.